Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, guys. Let's take a look at the Bitcoin as usual in the beginning of the week. So in recent times actually we prepare Bitcoin analysis rather rare, just because you can see it's no changes on market, and it makes no sense to make any adjustments and provide updates when you do not have something to say. So that's why actually it turns to just weekly analysis of the Bitcoin. That was actually enough in the previous, I think, 3-4 weeks maybe. But today we have the reason not only to provide a regular update, but also some things that we need to adjust in our daily and intraday charts. So first of all, on the daily chart. On the daily, you can see that market has started some upward pullback. So while our butterfly pattern has not been completed yet. And if you remember, previously the shape of our butterfly was a bit different. So on the daily chart, we need to adjust the shape of the butterfly pattern. So initially we have placed this kind of the butterfly. So this was the first wing of the butterfly, if you remember, because it was based on the previous failed hand shoulders pattern. And that was the first left wing, and that should become the right wing, where we have suggested the market could directly continue move right to the 1.7 extension. But market has stopped here and turned to some pullback. We treat this action only as a retracement, which doesn't make impact on daily setup by far. So daily setup still stands bearish, and to erase this bearish setup, to change something, market has to move above the 43 even area. So market has to take it out of the stop. So we treat this pullback as a tactical mostly, and by this reason we adjust the shape. So we treat now all this action as a left wing of the butterfly, and that pullback will be the right wing. But since both patterns, as the previous one as this one, are based on the same initial swing, XA swing stands the same, it means that the butterfly target also will stand the same, and it's approximately 28 even. So that is adjustment that we'll make on daily chart. Now, what the reason for this pullback, guys? What's really going on here? If you all take a look at the 4-hour time frame chart, we already talked about it, because in the last week, and we have talked about this possible pattern. So when we saw this price action, we said, well, it stands very typical for the possible hand shoulders, and the most probable pattern that we will get will be the hand shoulders pattern. And indeed, and we have made the forecast. So market should hold above the 35 even. So I keep this chart intact as it have been placed on the last week, except this pattern, but I will explain this a bit later. Now we're talking about this pattern. So when we said 35, definitely the crucial level for this pattern. So market has to hold above it to keep bullish ambitions and to keep valid possible upward retracement. This has happened. So last week you can see this really absolutely anemic price action. So you will not see this kind of action on any more or less popular financial market. So if you'll take a look at hourly chart, it will be just, it's like the kind of the, I don't know how to call it. So it's just a flat, absolutely flat action that you could see on the market. So but still market was able to hold about the 35 even, and within a few recent hours it has shown this upward action. So hand shoulders still stands valid, and we are watching for a possible retracement right to the 39 area approximately. Now, what the reason for this pullback? Actually, guys, our previous butterfly that we thought that will be butterfly, in fact, has appeared to become a godless triple to buy pattern, and that has triggered the upward retracement. This actually was the completion point of this godless triple 2. So now speaking about this possible head and shoulders pattern. here what we have, potential target of this patient stands at 39 approximately. It coincides with major 618 resistance here on the 4-hour time frame chart. How this patient could be traded, so it's depending on your direction, so what you would like to do. If you're a bullish trader, you could wait for some minor retracement, try and take the position against these lows. So that is a validation point for this patient. If market will drop below the lows of the arms, it will mean the hand shoulders has failed and it stands on the road to the downward action. That's the crucial moment. So you could try to take the position some pullback against the bottom of the arm. Now market stands at really tricky moment. So guys, take a look that we stand at neckline of the patient, trend line resistance, and actually we are at 3.8 fib level. This is real check for the validity of the hand shoulders patient. So if market is strong enough, it should show the breakout. If it will fail, that will be fail at the neckline, and dropping here will be the first signs that probably hand shoulders will fail, market will drop lower. That's for bull traders. If you would like to take the short position, you need to keep an eye on the two things. Actually, they are the same that we have talked about last week. First thing, wait for a completion of the hand shoulders pattern right here, 39 area. It's completion of this ABCD, or failure of the hand shoulders. So if market will drop below 35 even, that will be clear signal the market has failed and downward action will continue. So two possible scenarios. So that's actually what we see on the Bitcoin. It's really very thin market right now. It's through the week it's very not very attractive for day-by-day speculation because volatility almost is gone here. So some occasional spikes happens once a week, and it's very difficult to estimate the reason for that. So why this has happened? It's very unpredictable, and maybe it is interesting only for those who keep physically the bitcoins. So they are watching for the market. When they see some price or something, they could buy or sell physically the bitcoin. For the speculations, it's really not very interesting. Very interesting, guys, with the bitcoin market right now, just because of our strategical point for long entry, and we think that will be around the 18 even 2007 area. So that will be our strategical point where we could start to think about taking the long position. It doesn't mean that we immediately turn to a fast bull trend, but the downside risk will be limited, and that will be the point where theoretically within some extended period of time market could turn to the bull trend. So, but that is just the task of another scale. We will talk about it when and if market will come there. Currently, within this week, we will be watching for this price action. If Bitcoin will show some more or less reasonable activity, we will prepare updates more often. So it depends on the activity on the market. So let's see what will happen with our hand shoulders pattern.